what's kind of going on, but it's beyond words. I've been working so hard for a long time, and I knew something special was going to come at some point. It was pretty much the worst I could have done. The second round was like, okay, obviously played really well, made a lot of good putts, and then today I just felt everything kind of clicking. Made sure I missed it in the right places when I needed to, and putted beautifully today. There was a point in time where I did think about the 54, but I kind of threw that to the wayside. Like, okay, just
a quiet moment in a crowded public space, unseen by broadcast cameras but secretly captured on one mysterious phone, has shaken the entire golf world. For weeks, only a handful of insiders knew what was hidden. But now, the leaked footage has exploded across the internet, exposing a raw, unfiltered confrontation between two giants of the sport, the calm, composed king Scottie Scheffler, and the bold, rule-breaking innovator Bryson DeChambeau. Nothing about their rivalry looks the same anymore. In the final days of May 2024, professional golf was balancing on a knife's edge, suspended between peace and pressure. On one side stood Scottie Scheffler, world number one, master of rhythm, the quiet champion whose dominance felt effortless and untouchable. Fans saw him as the golden figure of tradition, a man who spoke softly and let his swing deliver the message, but that polished image shattered just a week earlier, not because of a bad round or a rival's triumph, but because of a shocking morning in Louisville. The world woke up to a surreal photo of Scheffler wearing an orange jail uniform after an unexpected arrest during the PGA Championship. The sports world froze. The symbol of composure suddenly looked human, vulnerable, and shaken. Fans everywhere wondered if the champion's calm would ever return. Across that divide stood Bryson DeChambeau, Scheffler's opposite in every imaginable way. Where Scottie guarded tradition, Bryson represented disruption. He was the thinker, the scientist, the golfer who treated every course like an equation waiting to be cracked. He trained harder, swung faster, and pushed a bomb and gouge style that split the sport in half. Purists called him reckless, a new generation called him a genius. Whether you admired him or not, Bryson was rewriting golf's rulebook. By then, Bryson wasn't just a golfer, he was a full-blown phenomenon. As a captain and star of the rival LIV Golf League, he transformed himself into a brand, a performer, a content machine. His YouTube channel gave fans front-row access to his workouts, behind-the-scenes drama, and bold, unfiltered opinions. But everyone knew the truth. That was the polished version, the Bryson he wanted the world to see. By late May, his star power was white-hot. After a dominant stretch, he entered the US Open at Pinehurst as a heavy favorite. He wasn't just playing anymore, he was leading a movement. Golf had become a clash of ideas. Tradition versus innovation. Calm versus chaos. Scheffler still recovering from the moment that shook his image, and Bryson charging forward with unstoppable momentum. And now, after the leaked footage, the long-brewing collision between them is no longer a rumor, it's the biggest mystery, and the biggest story. In the game, everyone knew a clash was coming, the only question was when. What nobody expected was that the moment wouldn't unfold under Sunday's bright championship lights, but quietly, almost invisibly, during a simple practice round. The scene was Colonial Country Club, home of the Charles Schwab Challenge. It was Tuesday, May 21, 2024, just days after the PGA Championship chaos, when Scottie Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau finally crossed paths. To casual fans, it looked like nothing more than two elite players tuning up their game. But one nearby fan, phone discreetly recording near the practice putting green, captured something historic. The footage is grainy. The audio is muffled, but the tension is unmistakable. It begins as harmless talk about the greens. Bryson, always the scientist, says, the stimps are running a consistent 12.5. But this grain on the Bermuda patches, it's a complete variable. You can't calculate it. Scottie answers in his usual calm, grounded voice, you just have to see it. Feel it. It's not always in the numbers. Right there, the heart of their rivalry is exposed, the scientist versus the field player, but then the tone shifts, the audio catches Bryson making another comment. The first part is unclear, but the end is crystal clear. After everything that happened in Louisville, I'd think you'd want more certainty, not less. The moment lands heavy. A soft sentence that hits like a punch. There's a long, uncomfortable pause. The mention of Scottie's arrest instantly changes the atmosphere. What started as casual talk has become something far more personal. The shaky camera zooms in on Scottie. His calm expression vanishes. His jaw locks tight. Everyone watching the leaked clip can feel it, the line has been crossed, and then it happens. Scottie Scheffler, the sport's quiet king, snaps, his voice, usually gentle and composed, turns sharp and cold. Don't Then louder, unmistakable, "Don't you ever bring that up to try and make a point about your science." The word science comes out like a dagger. Scottie continues, frustration finally breaking through. "You stand there with your calculators and your cameras, but you have no idea what it means to just play the game. You're turning it all into a sideshow." Then silence, the audio cuts off abruptly, as if the person filming suddenly realized they'd recorded something explosive. The entire clip is only 45 seconds long, but 45 seconds was enough to shatter the illusion of calm, enough to expose the rawest moment between two of the biggest names in golf. The tension was no longer hidden, it was out in the open, undeniable and electrifying. For nearly 2 days, that clip sat unseen, a ticking time bomb. Then, on the morning of Thursday, May 23, 2024, just as players began teeing off at the Charles Schwab Challenge, it finally hit the internet. An anonymous account with barely any followers posted it with the caption, "Holy smokes. Scheffler goes off on Bryson. Practice round tension gets real. PGA Tour Golf." Within minutes, it spread like wildfire. One retweet became hundreds. Then within an hour, it hit Reddit. 2 hours later, it was the top headline on every golf blog and YouTube channel. Golf fans, already buzzing from the previous week's chaos, went into full meltdown. Slow-motion breakdowns, conspiracy theories, heated debates, the internet detonated. The calm world of golf had just become the biggest story in sports, and no one could look away. Comment sections turned into all-out battlegrounds, packed with fans defending their favorite golfer like it was a championship match fought in words. One Scheffler supporter fired the first shot, "Bryson is a clown. He poked a man who just went through one of the most stressful moments of his life. Scottie had every right to snap." Moments later, a DeChambeau fan hit back twice as hard, "So much for classy Scottie. The guy's a fraud." Bryson was talking golf and Scheffler totally lost it. His true colors showed. From there, chaos erupted. Thousands piled in, choosing sides, twisting quotes, slowing down the clip frame by frame, dissecting every eyebrow raise and exhale. What began as a short, unseen practice round video had morphed into a full-blown internet war. Major sports outlets tried to tread carefully at first, but the tidal wave of attention was impossible to ignore. Within hours, breaking headlines lit up screens everywhere. Scheffler and DeChambeau feud erupts in leaked video, Golf Digest. Leaked audio reveals Scheffler's fury toward DeChambeau, ESPN. Suddenly, no one cared about fairways, birdies, or scorecards. This wasn't about golf techniques anymore, it was about personalities, pride, emotion, and legacy. The sport had shifted from swings to psychology. Talk shows and golf podcasts jumped in immediately. One commentator argued passionately, "This is what happens when LIV Golf's cold analytical mindset collides with the heart and soul of traditional golf." Scheffler wasn't angry, he was defending the spirit of the game. Another host countered, "Let's be real. This isn't philosophy. This is pressure. Scottie's been under insane stress. This was a human moment, not some grand ideological war." That tiny 45-second clip had become a mirror, everyone saw something different. Some, Scheffler was the noble defender of old-school values. Others, Bryson was the misunderstood innovator being unfairly attacked. This wasn't just a feud anymore. It had become a symbol of everything tearing the sport in two. Meanwhile, the actual tournament at Colonial Country Club faded into the background. Players chased birdies, but online, the only competition that mattered was the battle raging across social media. As the chaos peaked, both camps went silent. PR teams scrambled behind the scenes, locking down statements and refusing to pour gasoline on the fire. Finally, late Thursday evening, Scheffler's camp released a short, carefully crafted message. "Scottie and Bryson had a private conversation during a practice round. Scottie is fully focused on competing at the Charles Schwab Challenge and will not be commenting further." The king had spoken, briefly, but the storm around him only grew louder, and Bryson DeChambeau, he wasn't built to stay quiet. 2 days after the clip leaked, he broke his silence, not with a press release, not in an interview, but on his own turf, his YouTube channel. The title alone sent shockwaves across the internet. "My side of the story, what really happened with Scottie." Within minutes, tens of thousands flooded the premiere. Bryson appeared calm, serious, seated in front of the camera in his sleek LA golf gear. No flashy edits. No music. Just him. "Look," he began, "what you saw was one moment, out of context. Scottie's a great player, and I've got nothing but respect for him. But when people start twisting facts, I've got to speak up." The chat exploded instantly, support, skepticism, insults, cheers. Bryson continued, addressing the Louisville comment directly. "That line wasn't meant to be personal," he explained. "It was about focus, about certainty in your approach to the game. Emotions were high. Maybe it came out wrong. Then he paused, a rare quiet moment from a man known for never holding back. I think people forget we're human. We all have moments. Golf's emotional, man. It's pressure, it's pride, it's everything you've worked your whole life for. But this wasn't just reflection. Bryson shifted gears toward his identity as the sport's disruptor. Innovation, evolution, breaking barriers, he said with a subtle smile. Some people hate change. But golf's changing whether they like it or not. That one line detonated across social media. Was it a jab at Scheffler? A warning? Just Bryson being Bryson? No one agreed, and that only made it bigger. Reaction videos multiplied. Podcasts dissected every pause. Mainstream news picked it up. Supporters praised his honesty. Critics called it calculated spin. By the time the video hit 2 million views, the internet was split all over again. Scheffler's silence made him look dignified to some, guilty to others. Bryson's openness made him seem brave, or manipulative, depending on who you asked. A 45-second practice round clip had turned into the biggest digital drama golf had ever seen, and with the US Open just weeks away, fans were convinced this rivalry was only heating up. By the following weekend, all eyes were locked on Fort Worth, Texas. The Charles Schwab Challenge was no longer just another tournament. It was ground zero. It was the moment everyone had been waiting for, the silent stage where Scottie Scheffler would deliver his answer without saying a single word. No press conferences. No clarifications. No speeches. Just golf. Pure, focused, unshakable golf. From the second he stepped onto the first tee, cameras locked onto him like he was walking into a title fight. The crowd buzzed, whispering about the leaked clip, the feud, Bryson's YouTube video, everything except the tournament itself. But Scheffler's expression didn't crack. Not once. His focus was razor-sharp. His swing? Smooth, crisp, intentional. Every movement felt like a message. Commentators couldn't help themselves. He's not playing the field, one said. He's playing the narrative. By the end of day one, Scottie was already near the top of the leaderboard. Untouched. Unshaken. Almost mechanical. It was as if the drama had never happened. Fans online rallied behind a new hashtag #LetTheClubsTalk. In hours, it became a movement, a silent counterpunch to all the noise. Meanwhile, rumors swirled about Bryson. Some claimed he was watching the live feed of Scottie's round. Others insisted he was preparing a reaction stream. Nothing confirmed, but speculation kept feeding the wildfire. As the weekend unfolded, Scheffler's play only sharpened. Every birdie felt like a line in a carefully written script. Every calm smile after a clutch putt felt like a rebuttal aimed at the world. Analysts noticed the shift, the way he avoided cameras, barely interacted with fans, and stayed locked in like a man playing for something deeper. This isn't just golf, one reporter tweeted. This is psychological warfare with a scorecard. Then came the moment everyone replayed, the 18th green on Saturday. Scottie drained a 25-foot birdie putt, looked up, gave the smallest nod, and muttered something under his breath. The mic barely picked it up, but the internet swore he said, "That's how you calculate it." The clip detonated across social media. Was it a direct shot at Bryson's data-driven philosophy, a subtle jab, or coincidence? No one agreed, but everyone cared. By Sunday, Scheffler sealed the win, lifting the trophy with a calm fire in his eyes. No feud commentary. No press drama. Just the image of a man standing tall, silent, defiant, and somewhere across the world, Bryson DeChambeau watched the same clip, smiling, knowing this rivalry was far from settled. Scheffler's earlier statement had been a classic non-denial denial, acknowledging an incident without touching the emotion behind it. It was designed to cool the fire while telling the media to back off, but instead of calming anything, it made the internet even louder. Millions had already seen the video. Millions had already picked sides. Then it was Bryson's turn. Early Friday morning, he posted a message across his social media. Golf is a game of passion. Sometimes discussions get heated in competition. I have nothing but respect for Scottie as a player. We're all competitors. My focus is on winning this week. For the fans, the tone was polished. Smooth. Almost too perfect. Fans noticed immediately. Some praised him for maturity, others said it sounded like PR damage control. That phrase, "for the fans," hid differently. A subtle frame that painted Bryson as the man of the people, standing opposite Scottie's quiet, almost royal distance. But by now, this wasn't just Scottie versus Bryson. It was PGA versus LIV, tradition versus disruption. Old guard versus new wave. PGA loyalists argued the clip proved LIV golf's influence was pushing the sport into chaos. Bryson, they said, was a reckless disruptor. LIV supporters clapped back, claiming the video finally exposed that the PGA's golden boy wasn't as untouchable as the media portrayed. The feud had evolved into something bigger, an identity crisis for the entire sport. Fans, analysts, players, and commentators were choosing sides like it was a civil war. Each believed they were defending the true spirit of golf, and as both men went quiet again, the world buzzed louder than ever, waiting for the moment they'd meet at the next major, because one thing was clear, this rivalry was only in its opening act. If you've been following this insane story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the next chapter isn't just drama, it might change golf forever.